live.tv.
The Gold Coast and all over Australia has a thriving underground live scene. We want to bring it up to the surface and show it off to the world. Mixed with national and international artists, live clips, music, interviews and news. We're going back to the 80s with songwriting legends Sean Kelly from The Models, Del Ryder from Boom Crash Opera, and Scott Carne Kids in the Kitchen. We caught up with them recently at an absolutely 80s party on the Gold Coast. So sit back, relax and enjoy. This is live.tv.
Hi, this is Scott Carne and you're watching live.tv. What do I do in the music industry? Well, I've kind of reinvented myself several times now, so I pretty much started as a singer from a band called Kids in the Kitchen in the 80s and progressed my way through that, where now I'm kind of revisiting that again with this show, The Absolutely 80s Presents, which is a touring live show with lots of 80s rock stars. With some brands, I'm a bit of a noodler. I mean, I'm pretty busy behind the scenes, so to speak, these days, but I use Cole Clark guitars and a little bit of recording gear, Pro Tools and whatnot. I think the great moment in the career was when the first hit single, when I was 17 and a half hit, suddenly we released a single and it went top 10 and it was like an overnight success. Music is what I do, it's my life, I wouldn't have it any other way. In this business the important thing is to keep on reinventing yourself, cast the net out wide. Don't be insular about your career and what you do, if you like music, just try to plant seeds, and if you want to stay in music, try to plant seeds because it's a short-lived career, you might get 5 years at the top and the rest of the time you're kind of trying to survive and trying to stay with it. So that's what I did. I just reinvented myself and dabbled in the music business. But times are kind of different, the industry was a growing industry, and the only way you could get a record was a record deal was actually to have a record company, and they were out there looking for bands. It's changed. It's become well, it doesn't hold the same currency anymore that it did back then. It's with downloads and whatnot. Unless you're a massive recording star like Justin Bieber, and the likes, you're not really making money out of record sales so much anymore. So it's kind of winding in because of the download situation, unless they kind of sort out that situation. But it's just changed. But the great thing about it is now that bands can make money out of live touring, and that's the thing that will kind of keep them alive when the digital domain's kind of taken over. But aside from how it's changed, I guess you could say it's become there's so many more mediums like the one we're doing now. We've got the internet, which is a massive part of the music industry. So that's in one respect it's instantaneous, the whole industry now.
We'll be right back with the Del Ryder interview.
Live Acoustica CD. It's live and it's acoustic. Get it online at live.tv.
We spoke to some people in Burleigh Heads about what music means to them.
Music makes you feel great.
Music means happy times.
It means a life support system.
It means it allows me to express my feelings without even saying what I have to say.
That's me to sing in the lounge room.
It's about family for us.
Love. One of the key roles of Beyond Blue is to produce and refer people to accurate and up-to-date information. This includes information relating to bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety and postnatal depression. For more information, contact Beyond Blue at www.beyondblue.org.au. Now the big tours people are paying to see. The multi-platinum selling Keith Urban has announced a second and final show that will be added on April 16th to his Get Closer 2011 World Tour. and follows the first Brisbane Entertainment Centre show, already on sale on April 15th. Mr. Bob Dylan, celebrated artist, singer, actor, radio announcer, has just added a second show in both Sydney and in Melbourne, as part of his much anticipated tour around Australia in April. Mr. Paul Kelly, one of Australia's greatest songwriters, and considered by many a national treasure, has been confirmed as a special guest to open proceedings across all 4 concerts that are now scheduled in Sydney and in Melbourne. And in April 2011, the one and only Elvis Costello and the Imposters will be back once again on our Australian shores. The tour would take in 2 very special theatre shows, both in Sydney and in Melbourne. Sydney State Theatre on Tuesday 19th of April and the Burleigh Theatre in Melbourne on April 21st. The tour will also include appearances at both the West Coast Blues and Roots Festival in Fremantle and Byron Bay's Blues Fest. In both festivals, the strongest lineup in years. Bob Dylan, B.B. King, The Staples, and Rodrigo Y. Gabriela. Send us your iPhone links and videos that may be seen on the show. Tell us what music means to you. AliveLive.tv. Well, that's it for this instalment. We'll see you next week on AliveLive.tv.